Our new leader on the Republican primary board, Herman frickin' Cain. Herman Moses Cain. Herman Becky Stan Cain is now leading. Unbelievable. Look at these numbers. Cain coming in at number 1 at 27%. Mitt Romney, number 2 at 23%. Perry's down. Perry's lost 20 points in just a matter of basically 2 weeks. He's down to 16%. Ron Paul's at 11 as always. Gingrich is at 8, which is surprisingly high. And Huntsman is at 3%, still struggling along. But Herman Cain, he's going to be the Republican presidential candidate? I don't think so. But it is amazing that he's leading right now. In fact, one of the pollsters who did this poll for NBC News and Wall Street Journal, they have a Republican and a Democratic pollster. The Democratic pollster, Peter Hart, says, quote, Cain is the leader. That's the story. Well, indeed, that is the story. Now, when you look at his favorable and unfavorables within the Republican voters, you begin to see why. And you begin to see, and it sounds great for him, but I'm going to show you what's actually a problem for him. So here it is. 52% view him favorably among voters generally among the Republicans, and just 6% unfavorably. Those are excellent numbers. And now when you go to Tea Party supporters, they get even better. 69 to 5%. That's unbelievably good. And then finally, people who describe themselves as very conservative have him at 72% favorable, only 2% unfavorable. Now, that's obviously great news for Herman Cain, but the downside of that news is that means the other Republicans have not spent any time attacking him. And once they start attacking, you saw what happened to Rick Perry. You saw what happened to Michelle Bachmann. So Mitt Romney, I guarantee you, is planning those ships that he is going to launch any minute now. The only reason why he might wait a little bit is he would love to run against Herman Cain rather than Rick Perry. If Herman Cain knocked out Perry and Bachmann and the rest, and it was Romney versus Cain, Romney would be like, oh God, Mormon God, what have I done to please you? Thank you so much. And then he'd be like, fire. Fire! And he would launch all those ads that he's got with the tens of millions of dollars he's already got saved up. Herman Cain, deep dish Herman Cain, who says, I'm 2 layers deep on every issue, even foreign policy, even though I don't know who Becky Stan. Okay? But he is in this unbelievable shape. By the way, let me go to his top advisor. You know, because he keeps everything secret. He says, oh, I got 2 guys I might nominate to the Fed. Can you tell us who they are? Oh, no. That's top secret. All right, I've got all these economic advisors who helped me come up with my 999 plan. Can you tell us who they are? Oh, no. That's top secret. I can tell you one of them. Am I not merciful? Okay, so the one he's told us about is Rich Lowry of Cleveland. And he says that he is a top economist. In fact, here's Herman Cain's quote about Lowry. He says, he is an economist, and he has worked in the business of wealth creation for most of his career. Here's the only problem. Rich Lowry is not an economist. Okay, so here's what Rich Lowry actually is. 1, not an economist. 2, he's a wealth manager for a division of Wells Fargo. Oh, great, he works for rich people at Wells Fargo. That's terrific. He must know. No wonder he came up with the 999 plan, which would lower the top bracket to 9%. The millionaires and billionaires would think you are the greatest wealth creator for us. It would bankrupt the country, but who cares? The rich would get a little richer. Third thing about Rich Lowry, look at this. He spent 3 years on the advisory board for Americans for Prosperity. That is, of course, a Koch brothers funded think tank. So shocking that the guy from the Koch brothers think tank is the one that came up with Herman Cain's economic plan, which winds up saving billions of dollars for the Koch brothers when their tax rate is lowered from 35% all the way down to 9% for their income. And by the way, Herman Cain also funded by the Koch brothers for the last 6 years. Gee, I wonder why Herman Cain is all of a sudden up front among the leaders. Couldn't be any of that institutional support that he has, could it? So they went and asked one of the other guys he keeps naming. He says, Gary Robbins says that my plan is revenue neutral. He worked with Reagan, etc. He's one of the top supply side guys in the country. So, by the way, real economists who looked at this say that it would reduce federal revenue by 50%. It would decimate the government. They would finally get to drown the government in a bathtub, as Grover Norquist has been wanting to do for decades, right? But they bring out the supply side clown, and he's like, oh yeah, totally revenue neutral. Now, are you in favor of it? Well, Politico describes it as this way. He says, this paid campaign consultant who scored the plan for Cain said the idea was more of a theory than a politically viable solution. Okay? That's Epstein writing about Gary Robbins. So even Robbins, who's paid to say what a great plan says, I mean, he says it's a theory. I'm not saying we should do it. It's freaking crazy. And here's Gary Robbins himself, direct quote. It's not a plan that I concocted. There's nothing wrong with the plan. It just wouldn't be the one I picked. They couldn't even get a kooky supply side guy who they paid to say, yes, this is a good plan. That's sad, man. That's pathetic. So, Herman Cain, enjoy it while you can.